a silver fading light. She held the last of forever inside the fragile night. 1,000 whispered memories were drifting through the air, but every dream between them was slowly disappearing there. She loved until the stars fell, until the night turned gray. She loved until the stars fell and watched it fade away. She loved until the stars fell through every silent breath. She loved until the stars fell, even after love had left. They once believed in forever, two hearts against the sky, every promise shining like constellations high. But time can dim the brightest of every hopeful flame and leave a quiet distance between a heart and name. She tried to hold the moment, she tried to make love stay, but destiny was whispering that love must fade away. She loved until the stars fell, until the night turned gray. She loved until the stars fell and watched it fade away. She held the last forever inside her breaking chest, but every falling star was love laid down to rest. If love was written in heaven, why did the stars fall down? Why did the endless promise turn into silent ground? She listened to the darkness where lonely echoes dwell, and slowly through the silence she learned to say farewell. She loved until the stars fell, until the sky grew cold. She loved until the stars fell with every dream she held. She loved until the stars fell, but somewhere deep inside, a heart that once was broken still found the strength to rise. The night was soft and quiet, the world had gone to sleep. She held the fading memory of promises once deep. He left without a warning, just silence in the air, a final word between them, a love no longer there. She watched the door close slowly as tears fell in the night, 1,000 dreams behind her disappearing out of sight. Her heart after the last goodbye still whispers in the rain, holding on to hope through every hidden pain. The days move slow and empty, the nights refuse to heal, but somewhere in the silence she learned again to feel the echoes of his laughter still lingered in her mind. But time was softly teaching how to leave the past behind. She tried to face the morning, though shadows filled the sky, and deep inside her broken heart a fragile hope survived. broken hearts can bear. Maybe every ending is just another door. Maybe every broken heart can learn to love once more. She listened to the silence and slowly came to see the love she thought she lost was living quietly in me. Her heart after the last goodbye, now stronger than before. Through every tear and memory, she found her strength once more. Her heart after the last goodbye, still beating through the pain. And somewhere in tomorrow, love will rise again. The city lights were fading, the sky was soft and blue. She stood beneath the midnight, still holding on to you. The wind carried a whisper of everything there was, a fragile dream of love that slipped away because the night she lost forever beneath the silver sky. Her heart was drifting slowly like stars that fall and die. The night she lost forever still echoes in the air, a quiet kind of heartbreak floating everywhere. She walked along the shadows where memories softly glow, every step reminding her of love she used to know. The moonlight touched the silence like tears upon the sea, and every broken moment felt like eternity. The night she lost forever beneath the silver sky. Her heart was drifting slowly like stars that fall and die. The night she lost forever still echoes in the air, a quiet kind of heartbreak floating everywhere. Maybe love was only a dream inside the night, a spark that burned so brightly before it lost its light. She listened to the silence where only echoes roam, and somewhere in the darkness her heart learned to move on. The night she lost forever still shining from afar, a memory of love like a fading star. The night she lost forever still whispering goodbye, but somewhere in tomorrow her heart will learn to fly. dark and silent. The clock moves slow in time. She listens to the echoes of a love she left behind. A shadow on the window, a whisper in her mind. Every quiet moment brings memories she can't hide. Her tears in the quiet night, falling where no one sees. A heart full of hidden truths, drifting through memories. Her tears in the quiet night, soft like the midnight rain. A story left unspoken, a love that turned to pain. She walks through empty hallways where laughter used to stay. Every wall remembers the words he couldn't say. The silence grows around her like darkness in the sky. And every fragile heartbeat still asks the question why. Her tears in the quiet night, falling where no one sees. A heart full of hidden truths, drifting through memories. Her tears in the quiet night, soft like the midnight rain. A story left unspoken, a love that turned to pain. Maybe love was fragile, maybe time was cruel. Maybe every promise was just a fading truth. She whispers to the darkness where lonely secrets start. And somewhere in the silence she gathers back her heart. Her tears in the quiet night, still falling soft and slow. But deep inside the silence, a quiet strength will grow. Her tears in the quiet night no longer hide the pain, because the darkest moments teach hearts to rise again. Midnight falling softly, city lights grow dim. She's still holding memories of the night she lost him. The rhythm of the silence moves slowly through her chest. A heart that keeps on hoping, even after all the rest. She waited for a love, still calling in a dream. She waited for a love, nothing like it seems. She waited for a love between the night and dawn. She waited for a love, but somehow she moves on. On the window reminds her of his touch. distance growing slowly when two hearts lose too much. Every quiet heartbeat, still searching through the dark for the echo of a feeling that once lit up her heart. She waited for a love that left her, still calling in a dream. She waited for a love that left nothing like it seems. She waited for a love that left between the night and dawn. She waited for a love that left, but somehow she moves on. Maybe love was only a rhythm in the night, a moment shining softly before it lost its light. She breathes into the silence and slowly starts to see the love she thought she lost still lives inside of me. She waited for a love that left, but time began to heal. She waited for a love that left and learned again to feel. She waited for a love that left, but now she understands some hearts must fall apart before they rise again. Midnight on the window, city lights are low. Her heart moves with the rhythm of a love she used to know. A whisper in the silence, a shadow in the air. Every quiet heartbeat reminds her he was there. The night her love turned to memory, soft like the midnight rain, turned to memory, calling his name again, turned to memory, between the dark and dawn. Love turned to memory, but somehow she moves on. Moonlight on the pavement, shining through the glass. Every gentle heartbeat remembers what is past. The distance grows between them, like waves upon the sea. But every hidden feeling still lives inside of me. The night her love turned to memory, soft like the midnight rain, turned to memory, calling his name again, turned to memory, between the dark and dawn, turned to memory, but somehow she moves on. Maybe love was only a rhythm in the night, a spark that burns so brightly before it lost its light. She breathes into the silence and slowly comes to see the love she thought she lost still lives inside two men. And somewhere in tomorrow, her heart will rise again. The lights are low and fading. The city sleeps outside. She sits with quiet shadows and thoughts she tries to hide. The silence feels familiar, a place she always knew, where every fragile memory still echoes back to you. Her heart in the empty room, still calling through the night. Her heart in the empty room, searching for the light. Her heart in the empty room, where lonely whispers stay. Her heart in the empty room, as love fades away. The walls remember laughter, the echoes of a dream. Two souls that once believed in something in between. But truth can hide in silence, where broken feelings start. And every quiet second still pulls upon her heart. Her heart in the empty room, still calling through the night. Her heart in the empty room, searching for the light. Her heart in the empty room, where lonely whispers stay. Her heart in the empty room, as love fades away. Maybe love was fragile, maybe time was cruel, maybe every promise was just a fading truth. She whispers to the darkness, where silent secrets bloom, and slowly gathers courage inside the empty room. Her heart in the empty room, still beating soft and slow. Her heart in the empty room, learning how to grow. Her heart in the empty room, no longer trapped in gloom. A quiet strength is rising inside the empty room. The sky was pale and silent. The morning felt so cold. She stood where dreams had ended, with memories to hold. The wind carried a whisper of promises once sworn, but love had left her standing alone inside the storm. They once believed in forever, two hearts against the tide. Every word between them was hope they could not hide. But time can break a promise that hearts once held so tight, and leave a lonely silence where love once burned so bright.
Shine. The echoes of forever were fading
hearts were waiting like shadows on the wall. A story once unbroken, now fragile in its fall. But somewhere in the distance, a quiet truth appeared, that even broken hearts can rise beyond their fear. She tried to hold the moment, she tried to change the end, but destiny was written before their hearts could mend. If love was meant to save her, why did it tear apart the fragile dreams she carried inside her hopeful heart? She reached into the darkness where silent echoes shine, and slowly through the sorrow left yesterday behind. The day love left her behind, the sky began to glow. Through every tear and memory, a stronger heart would grow. The day love left her behind, no longer lost in time, because the quiet ending helped her heart to rise. The quiet night surrounded her, a lonely silver sky. She stood among the memories of every last goodbye. She remembered how it started, a spark beneath the stars, two hearts chasing forever, believing love was ours. They promised endless mornings and dreams that wouldn't break, but time can turn a promise into a silent ache. The laughter slowly faded like music in the rain. Every word between them carried hidden pain. She tried to hold the moments like photographs engraved, but love was drifting further with every passing day. She searched inside the silence for something left to say, but destiny had written the ending she must face. She watched our love fade away like colors in the rain, standing in the silence, calling out your name. She held the last forever, but time pulled it away, and all that stayed between us was love that couldn't stay. If love was meant forever, why did the stars fall down? If heaven heard our promises, why are we strangers now? She reached into the darkness for something left to say, but time had closed the story and carried love away. She watched our love fade away fragile light. She stood beside the window, remembering the night. 1,000 whispered promises were drifting through her mind, but something in the silence said love was left behind. They once believed in forever, two hearts against the tide. Every dream they carried was shining deep inside. But time can change a story in ways we cannot see, and love that once felt endless can fade.